Just a few days ago, my friend reached out to me and asked me if I could help him build a gaming PC or help him find a pre-built. There have been some things here and there where you can save a bit of money, but overall, the PC market is changing once again. I think we are about to see a big shift. If you guys didn't know, for the remainder of this year, 2026, NVIDIA is not releasing any Super Series cards or any new generation cards for like the 60 series or anything like that. This is the first year they have not released anything new like this, so it is definitely a bit of change in times, but we have seen a few new AMD GPUs, which I'm going to talk about here in today's video, and just a quick update in the market as a whole. If you should consider a pre-built PC to save a bit of extra money, or if it's still worth it to maybe build your own PC in the ways that I'm doing that right now. So in this parts market update, we're going to go straight into the new GPU releases and what that means for the current GPUs that are on the market right now too. So the first card we're talking about is the RX 9070 GRE. Now this card, in my opinion, should be considered to be a competitor to the RTX 5070. It has the same 12 gigs of VRAM, and it falls in the similar MSRP price point of the 5070, depending on the model that you pick up, of course. We have them going down to $535, which is actually a pretty good price, but this card's launch price was actually the same price as the release price of the RX 9070 non-XT, which it has 16 gigs of VRAM, and as you can see nowadays, you can see on average, you're gonna be spending about another $100 to $120, $30 more than the RX 9070 GRE. And then if we look at the 9070 XT, these are going up too. And for a minute here, these were actually kind of coming down in price a little bit. I don't know if you can, kind of this area right here in like late June. I have a feeling that in the next few weeks to months, I think the 9070 XT is gonna go up in price. And I think they slotted in the GRE to kind of add a new $500, $550 price point GPU into the lineup, so they can kind of inflate that regular non-XT and the XT itself. The whole reason why I wanted to make this video is because of budget GPUs. And if you guys didn't know, they are coming out with the 9050, and this is a confirmed card from AMD, their actual website. This is a 1080p medium settings card that they're kind of going for, I believe. And from what the rumors are saying, it should be around, okay, so max memory size is going to be 8 gigs of GDDR6 as well. They have a 4 gig model for OEMs, I think, but I don't think we're going to see too many of those. But I am interested to see the 8 gig version of this card with a launch price of $250, which would be pretty interesting as well if we can get it at this price for 8 gigabytes. The only difference is that I don't think that the 9060 XT 8 gig is going to be remaining the same price, which is your more entry level or previous entry level card from AMD. And this is the whole reason why I wanted to make this video, because if you look at the 5060 online right now, you have one option here for $349. Now, if you look at this MSI model here, it says it's there's a promo on Newegg, it's sold out. The only model left on the entire market right now that's $350 for a 5060 is this one directly on Amazon and Best Buy as well. No other websites are carrying them at $350 anymore. It's just these two websites, so it doesn't leave me much hope that these are going to remain at the $350 price point. AMD's competitor, the 9060 XT, in the 8 gigabyte variant, I don't think it's going to be much different. Yeah, these are actually a little worse, I believe. So yeah, $360 for your starting price, and then these are going up more and more. So I think we're going to see the 5060 shift and kind of go up to the $400 GPU price point now, which is actually crazy. Because I mean, the $300 was the MSRP of that card, and it's kind of been sticking there. For some reason, our higher end GPUs, like we just took a look at, those are staying the same price or kind of hovering in a similar price category. Your 5070, your 9070, any of those higher end GPUs, they've kind of inflated to their regular price point and they've stuck there for a while. Budget GPUs, though, have been seeing somewhat of a increase in price recently. Unfortunately, I'll pull up the graph here so you can see. Yeah, these were hanging around here, and then I think for like the last week, they've been going up in price. And this is pretty much consistent with all graphics cards since like, I'd say early August. So to summarize everything that I mentioned about the graphics cards, essentially what I'm seeing is that we have new graphics cards being entered in on the budget side, and our previous budget or more affordable entry-level cards from these brands are going up in price, and I think we're finally starting to see those take a noticeable hit. The 5060, the 5060 Ti, and the 9060 XT, those are really popular cards right now, and they are getting hit by a pretty small price increase that I've been seeing here, at least in like the last week or so, since I've been shopping for PC builds once again. And I believe with AMD introducing these new graphics cards, the 9070 GRE and the 9050, these are options for more gamers to have more price points available for their budget. That being said though, them introducing more options in their lineup gives them more of a reason and more of an ability to increase the price point on some of those higher end cards that they're trying to fill in some of their gaps in their lineup. So that's what I see in the GPU side of things. Now, in terms of everything else right now, I think it's pretty much the same. A lot of your less impacted components from the AI apocalypse thing, they have all still continuously gone down in price, like your motherboards, CPU coolers, and cases, CPUs even. Those are all going down quite a bit in price, and they're still being pretty competitive, which is a good thing to see. It does help kind of lower the price of your whole PC experience if you're building one from scratch. And even if the prices for everything else like RAM, GPUs, and storage are kind of putting you off from building a PC, there are a few ways that you can still save a good amount of money. Now, one of the easiest ways that you can save money right now is going to be Newegg. Newegg has been a kind of go-to for PC parts for as long as I can remember, honestly. But if you go to here, you can create your own lists and everything. You see, you have tons of lists made for potential builds and stuff like that. You can see here they have combo offers, and then they also have additional promo codes and stuff like that on these components here. Like this is one of my favorites right now. This is a $179 option for Ryzen 5 9600X, and it also comes with that free Cooler Master cooler. Along with when you select these components, you basically go on the list and you find components that will work with your system. And then whenever you do these, you can kind of create your own full bundle offer. So you can save even more money than you would normally see on their website. So you're saving $30 here, you're saving $20 on the CPU, and so on and so forth. You'll save at least about $50 or $60 in the grand scheme of things when you're looking at the PC Builder tool, which does help ever so slightly, maybe even a little more if you can, min-max that parts list here. Things like the case, power supply, and then sometimes the storage, I would potentially look elsewhere if you want to save the most amount of money, but at least pricing it out on the PC Builder tool on Newegg is something that I do for almost every single time I'm building my own PC or planning out a parts list to see if I can get it any cheaper on Newegg. So that's definitely one of the go-to places right now. Now, continuing on with the whole combo thing, unfortunately, it used to be a little better than what it is nowadays. The combos on Newegg, they're still there. Like we have like a Ryzen 5 5500 combo for $280 with a dual channel RAM, a decent motherboard, and there's a few here and there that are creeping in with some savings, but they aren't as crazy and as good in my opinion as they used to be. Occasionally we'll have something like this pop up too. This is the new Ryzen 7 7700X3D, and this is a decent price, but I will say it's nothing insane. You get a free cooler as well with it bundled in if you want it. They're very few and far between now, and these don't last too long. They have kind of restocked these, but you can see here the combo savings is like $50, and oftentimes the parts that they choose aren't too optimized for the max price or performance, which is why I've been leaning more towards their PC Builder tool, because you can pick exactly which parts you want, and you can usually save a little more money than what you see on the combo savings section here on the just website itself. So these are still worth looking into if you are building your own PC, but just don't expect to find some crazy combo that was being offered like a few months ago, because they usually aren't there anymore. One of the other places that I've been looking a lot recently has been Woot, and I have bought a few things off their website, and a lot of the times it's either new and they're just having it on clearance, or it's been like reconditioned from factory and it has a lesser warranty from like your typical Amazon listing. There are some options on here every once in a while, like this DDR5 kit from Corsair. It's not amazing pricing, but they have occasional ones that do go really fast. Even just earlier today, this is one of the deals that I posted in our Discord server. This was a AMD Nitro Plus 9070 XT for $650. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, these pop up quite a bit on Woot. So if you are an adamant deal hunter and you want to join the Discord servers and all that stuff and look for deals that are gone in minutes, this is one of the places to do it. Even here is a regular 5070 for $519. That's below the original MSRP listing price, and on average, you're spending actually about 19% less than what they normally go for online. So these are options, and this is one of the websites that I do like to try. They don't have amazing stuff because the good stuff does go quick. So like I said, be on top of it if you are actively deal hunting. And one of the last places I've been looking for PC deals has been eBay, funny enough. And you usually think of used or pre-owned stuff on eBay, but funny enough, there have been a few brands that are directly selling on eBay itself, and they will include little coupon codes to save you a bit of money. Now, These aren't amazing coupon codes or amazing prices, but just for instance, like you see here from Fancheng, this is directly from their official store with tons of ratings. They usually have some kind of coupon code going on, and these prices are undercutting what you're seeing online from Best Buy, Newegg, Amazon, and things like that. So you can usually find some pretty decent deals from certain brands that have some reputable backgrounds and stuff like that. This one isn't insane, but like I said, you have a few that I've seen on here that are down around like 207. Like here's one right here that's a Gen 3. I posted this one as a deal the other day actually for like 207. It's gone up a tiny bit, but there again are deals that are out there, and this can save you, again, nothing crazy, but it's worth saving 30-40 bucks if you can here and there, and it'll at least offset the price of these higher priced items just a little bit. But that's going to be my extensive rundown on the market this time around. I think it's changing a little bit again, but I don't think it's too late just yet. Obviously, if you are really interested in building or buying a PC right now, there is no better time to do it than whenever you are financially ready to do it, because oftentimes waiting like a few weeks to a few months to potentially maybe get a better deal down the road usually isn't worth the price difference from just doing it now and then getting the actual components and building your PC and enjoying the time that you actually have with it. So I think right now isn't a terrible time. There again are still ways to make it happen. You may need a little bit of patience if you are a little more price conscious on some of this stuff, but I still think it's still worth it. Let me know what your guys' thoughts on these new GPU releases and the changes in prices to our budget GPUs and just the shifts in the market as a whole, if you think it's going to be getting any better anytime soon. But thanks for watching to the end if you all did, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.